The first special session of the Texas legislature is ending today, with the second one expected to begin immediately, and Democrats have made some laughable demands. This is Friday, August 15th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State, the Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Thanks for starting the end of your week with the Texas Minute. A legal fight in Harris County is centered on the privacy of the ballot. More on that story coming up. In a recent research opinion poll conducted by Ballot and Associates, 62% of Republican primary voters are found to support a total ban on consumable THC products. The poll found 63% of Republicans opposed efforts to regulate THC rather than ban those products outright. Legislation banning consumable psychoactive THC products was passed by the Senate and House in the regular session and then vetoed by the governor, who put regulation on the call of the special session. The Senate passed an outright ban. Again, the House, of course, was unable to take up anything because of the Democrat quorum bust. According to a new report by Texas Realtors, the purchase of residential properties by international buyers increased by 9% in 2025. Mexico accounted for 30% of those buyers. Canada and China each represented 8%. The percentage of Chinese buyers is expected to drop next year, though. A new state law takes effect on September 1st that bars the sale of Texas's residential, agriculture, commercial, and industrial land to citizens of countries that have been designated as a national security threat by either the U.S. Director of National Intelligence or the governor. Those currently on the list include China, North Korea, and Iran. A federal fight over protecting voters' right to cast a secret ballot is underway in Harris County. It all began last year when Texans discovered that under certain circumstances, publicly available voting records could be used to match specific voters to their ballots, undermining the secrecy of the system. The Texas Secretary of State's office responded by instructing local election officials to redact any information on publicly released documents that could connect a voter to their ballot. For some voters, though, that hasn't been enough to inspire confidence. The Public Interest Legal Foundation filed a lawsuit against Harris County, alleging that the voting system there allows thousands of ballots to be tracked back to individual voters in violation of their constitutional rights. The Texas Minute will be right back.
News and analysis on what's happening in Texas. End your day with daily headlines from Texas Scorecard. Every day at 5 p.m., join me, Brandon Waltons, as we recap the biggest stories of the day and talk about why they matter to you. From the state capitol to town hall, there's no shortage of events happening. Keep up with it all. Watch and subscribe to Daily Headlines from Texas Scorecard.
Even though the 30-day clock is not set to expire until Tuesday, the Texas House and Senate are expected to adjourn out of the special session later this morning. The Senate's completed its work set forth by the governor in the call of the special session. In contrast, nothing was accomplished by the House. That's because Democrats, rather than fight, fled the state to disrupt the quorum requirements for conducting legislative business. The governor, though, will be calling the chambers back into an immediate special session with the very same agenda, including congressional redistricting. Speaking at an event in Williamson County yesterday, Republican State Senator Charles Schwartner said he expects his chamber to move quickly to refile and pass all the legislation again within the first few days. Meanwhile, the Texas House Democrat caucus issued 2 demands yesterday as conditions for their return. Capitol insiders immediately labeled them as, quote, laughable and sophomoric. One demand is that the House adjourn today. Well, that had been announced earlier in the week that it would happen anyway. The second demand was that California promised to gerrymander itself further by reducing the number of Republican congressional seats there. Currently, more than 40% of the statewide vote in California goes to the GOP, while less than 20% of the congressional districts can be won by Republicans, so Good luck in gerrymandering that. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. Today's edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Addie Hovland, Aaron Anderson, and myself. Our producer is Nick Shepard, who puts the Texas Minute together and gets it delivered to you every weekday morning. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Now go make it a great weekend.